gorgeous, Olga's here, and today on the blog we're talking about how to clear the not good enough feelings, or if you have it coming up, I'll talk about 3 different ways on how to address it and release it. This feeling is so common. It's one of the things that we all face, and whether it's true or not, it does affect us on many levels. If you believe that you're not good enough, consciously or subconsciously, you'll sabotage your relationships. If part of you believe that you are flawed at the core, right, or something is wrong with you, you'll create different sabotages in your business and make sure that it doesn't grow, that make sure that it doesn't get as much money as you want and deserve, because you don't feel like you deserve it, right? So the not good enough syndrome is such a common one. It's top on one of the 3 limiting beliefs that we all face as human beings. And I strongly believe this is one of the ones that if you address it and really approach it full speed, you can make a lot of changes in many different areas of your life. So let's talk about the first way of addressing it. And the first one, it has to do with tapping in the moment. So let's say, for example, you're starting a new business avenue, you're working on creating maybe a different income stream, or you're launching your first product, or you're launching your first group program or service, or creating a new one-on-one offer. And of course, so often this syndrome will pop up and they'll just kick you on the back and create all kind of procrastination and ways for you not to do things that you know you need to do. So this is where I tap. And if you guys are not familiar with tapping, it's a very simple technique and it really does work as good as magic. It's the next best thing to magic, honestly. Um, when you tap in the moment, it's really is the easiest way to do this. You just notice what's hitting you, what you're feeling, and you tap on this. Really no certification required. And I'll go over the points and I'll do a tapping round with all together with us at the end. But first I want to talk about 2 other ways to address it and release it. The second way to address this syndrome is something that I call give a promise, keep a promise. Now, what does it mean? It has to do with building your confidence in yourself and creating a proven track records that you can trust yourself on a deeper level. You might have had people in your life who would have given you promises and didn't keep them. And, we know it's not a lot of fun, right? Because you feel betrayed and you feel lied to. But if you start looking closer at how those people treating themselves, what you might notice is that they're doing the same thing with themselves. They really are not sticking to the word. They're really having a hard time to keep up with the deadlines or things that they promise or commit to. They just don't go through with them. And don't get me wrong, nobody is perfect. And there are certain things that I started, I didn't finish. But what you'll notice is people who are confident and people who are striving to be the best versions of themselves, they will create circumstances where we'll have this opportunity to grow. And they said, you know what, today I'm going to, tackle those 3 items on my list. And those are the scariest one, right? Or the biggest one, whether it's recording your first or next video or having a 2-hour classroom with a client or sending an email to the list. Go to those things first and do them first. So the simple rule of give a promise and keep a promise is very, very powerful. It will make you feel just as good as tapping because you physically will start seeing and feeling and experiencing this congruence between the words and the feelings and the actions, right? And it has to do with you say what you do, right? And you do what you say. So try this out. It's a really great way to release the not good enough feeling. And finally, the third way to address it has to do with clearing the memories. And this is a protocol from Faster EFT. And this is something that I do day in and day out, constantly with clients. This is the number 1 thing that I do when I work with people. This is the deepest and one of the key and most effective ways to change your internal representation and to help reprogram subconscious mind. I know these words are just so beaten up. But honestly, if you try just about anything else, that is it. This will really, really change it. The beauty of this process, it works very fast. And the changes, if they don't take days or months or weeks, you will experience them in the minutes. Now, why does changing memory work so well? Well, it has to do with affirmations, right? And the most powerful ones. That's the one that we hold in the subconscious mind. Memories are affirmations, things that you think about, remember, and visualize in your mind, and you can recall with feelings and emotions. They become your internal world. Now, what happens next? You start seeing it everywhere. And there's a part of your brain that's called RAC, your reticular activating system, and acts like an antenna, right? Have you ever experienced this, like when you're buying your car and you have a white Honda, all what you can see is a white Hondas around it, right? Or if you're dating someone and he's an attorney, you all of a sudden start picking up attorney signs all over the place, or law firm signs. And this is just how our brain works. Things that we focus on, we start seeing everywhere, and we automatically just push away everything else that is not in our zone of attraction, right? So when you change the memories, you go to the deepest part of you, to the root, to the core of your creation, because there are billions and millions of memories that go into us as we're growing up, right? We are fed with something, and beliefs are formed based on those memories. But again, memories are your core ways to represent reality. And when you change them, all of a sudden beliefs collapse as well, because you don't have any proofs, right? Now, if you're not familiar with the process of changing memory, it's actually easier than you think. And I've created a separate video and small training with a quick demo and a step-by-step process on how to change your memory. It's 100% free. I'll make sure that there's a link for you to go and grab one. But in a nutshell, all what you do, you go to the memory, you tap on feelings, sensations, pictures, emotions, tastes, videos, all this way that we internally represent, subconscious ways we represent things, right? Because it's not logical. The rules that work on the subconscious mind are completely different than the one that works on the conscious mind. That's why logic cannot solve emotional problems, right? We all know how to feel, we all know what to do. It's just this process will align you with that knowledge, and things that are in your mind, things that are in your body, you will feel the same way, which is absolutely beautiful. So as you change the memory, you tap on the feelings and sensations in it. And when they get from, say you start at 10, right, very strong, you've gotten to a 0, then you flip the memory. And I'll talk about the process of flipping memory as well. So make sure to grab this. It's really, really profound, and it's very simple to do. So let's go ahead and do a quick tapping round. That's the part that people like the most, and that's why people are looking forward to my videos, because that's the clearing, right? It's the change in how you feel. And just honestly go there right now, right? So feel not good enough. Notice how you create this. Maybe some memories will pop up right now. We'll change some of that. And so what I want you to do is just kind of close your eyes for a second and drop from your head to your body. And notice this not good enough syndrome. We all have that. It comes out in different parts and places. And as you do, just start tapping with me and repeat after me. This feeling, this not good enough syndrome, all the ways I know it, all the way I experienced that before. The stuck feeling, the feeling that nobody wants me, the feeling that nobody loves me. It's safe to let it go. I release and let it go. The not good enough syndrome. It's safe to clear it. It's safe for me to love myself differently. Anytime and every time it pops up, the feeling that's around it pops up, whether it's sadness or anger, worry, or procrastination, or stuck feeling, or maybe guilt or embarrassment or blame. It's safe for me to let it go. So glad it's coming up. It just means that my subconscious becoming conscious, and it's an opportunity for me to reprogram it. It's an opportunity for me to heal it and to change it. I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot. And it's my time to make deep internal changes that will manifest as a type of lifestyle, reality, the kind of people I want to be surrounded by, the kind of money I want to make, sort of work I want to do on this planet, the way I want to share my gifts with this world. So I give myself permission to feel good about myself, to release the not good enough feeling. Because it's simply a lie. It's just not true. Might seem true, but I think it's shifting already. So it's safe for me to let it go. Releasing it from every cell of my body. That moment in time when I was created, the conclusion that I've made, it's safe for me to shift it. I release and let it go. All the way I'm fighting this, all the resistance that's coming up, it's safe for me to change it. It's my time, and I'm ready to step up. Gorgeous job. Go ahead and grab your wrist, pulse around, and breathe in. And breathe out again. And say word peace. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fantastic job. So this is a simple process that you can use to tap along. You can repeat it as many times as you want. And it doesn't matter what you say, because the second you start stimulating the acupressure points, you send electromagnetic signals to the body parts, to your organs, that start creating how you feel, right? And it's really all your answers are in your body. It's when we dissociate from our bodies, all the problems start being created, whether it's diseases, right? Because diseases are, in a lot of cases, are our unaddressed emotions, or relationship problems. We create this disconnect. So start dropping into your body, start feeling feelings in your body. And of course, go and change those memories. So find 1 2 3 core memories and clear it. And once again, if you are not familiar with the process of changing memory, if you want to review it, I'm breaking it down step by step, very clear, very easy. It's such amazing results of people just going and changing one memory. Because very often people will ask me, well, how do you know what to tap on? There's so many of them. And it's very simple. You pick either the worst one or the first one, right? So once you go there, it creates a domino effect when the whole belief system starts collapsing and you start seeing things that you haven't seen before. It's really, really gorgeous way to change perspective and how you change the world. And of course, when you change the way you see the world, you change. Go grab this video, have fun with changing memories. I'll guide you through this process. I enjoy it. I do it every day. I think you'll enjoy it too. Keep on tapping. All my love. Bye.